Hello, 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 everyone. It's Kim from K&RP here. It is a really strange winter we're having. It is currently 2 degrees Celsius, means it's 35 degrees Fahrenheit. We had a fog warning this morning. We have puddles all over the driveway. Normally, it's much colder than this, but this is just absolutely crazy, damp, weird weather for us. Hi, Melody. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you here. So today we are working on edges. That was what we pulled last week on Tuesday. So basically for journals, for cards, that kind of thing. Hey, Anne, welcome, welcome. I haven't done much edges lately. I've been doing, other stuff. Ron created a whole bunch more woodblock stamps for me. Hi, Belinda. Nice to see you. He I have a bin. I have an absolute huge bin of beautiful stamps. So I have been playing with the stamps the last couple of days, just doing pages and pages of stuff to doodle on, create other things with. But I have an incredible number of new stamps that he did me. So that's what I have been playing with lately. So before we get started with the edges, how about if we pull a color for what we're going to do next week? I have green, blue, red, yellow, pink, brown, and neutral, and purple. I don't know if I've got another purple. I do have another purple. So if somebody wants to throw a color in, we'll see what we're doing next week. Yeah, I'm so fortunate that I have a husband that loves to spoil me with his creations. Let me just show you how my bin of stuff has grown. Look, I have an entire thing of, these are all the new ones he did me. They're nice and little. They'll be perfect for doing ATCs and that kind of thing. I still have some linoleum prints in here as well. Look at this lovely edging one he did me. So much fun. Anyway, I've got all these blocks to play with. So that's what I've been doing the last couple of days. Obviously, that means I'm not getting anything really creative. I've been stamping and doodling, and that's it. Just the way it rocks. So we need to pick a color for what we're going to do next Tuesday. First off, are you guys enjoying these Tuesday things that we're doing? I need to know that. And we also need a color for next week. Yeah, that edging one is stunning. I really like that. Let me see, where did I stamp it? There it is. Here it is, right here. Nice thin edging. You picked last week? Okay. Somebody else needs to pick a color. A color. Actually, what I was thinking, because I've got all these, they're not Twinchies, but I could use them. I could put them on Twinchies and then do them. But I was thinking I could paint like little flowers on pink. Let's do pink. All right. We will grab this pink, and it is flips. Next week, we are doing flips. Flip outs. All right. That's going to be a fun week. Hey, Sherry. Hi, Marguerite. Nice to see you guys. These yes men are kind of in the way today. So, edgings. We kind of covered lace edgings when it was more borders when we used the lace. Edgings to me are something different. They're the ones that stick out and make a statement on the edge of a page. I don't know, something like, let's just grab this. I'm sure you guys all know something like that, candy wrapper foil makes a noise. It's got a bit of a punch. It just sticks out and says, I'm here. Check this page out. So that's kind of what I'm looking at doing today. Hi, Barbara. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. So this is, I didn't put this down on the supply list because I hadn't thought of it when I was, because I do this and then think of things after. So I also have these little punches for punching holes. But I'm lucky to have these little punches for punching holes. Not everybody has them. So I dragged this out so that I can punch holes with that. The other thing you can use is a nice big needle, like a darning needle kind of thing. We'll pull one of those out to punch some holes. And we'll be doing some stitching with it after. So I took a couple of these were old business cards that I put some painty paper on. And I folded it in half and punched some holes so that we can do, it's a nice stabby. I have a couple of them. Danger, danger. And if you don't have this kind of a foamy thing, you can always use a magazine or book, like an old book, and that works as well. I have this cutting mat, so this is what I use for measuring the holes. Again, if you don't have that, plain ruler will do. I also pulled out a piece of, I don't know how well you can see that. It is graph paper. So I will show you how to do holes with the graph paper as well. Different things I have pulled out to play with today are, I showed you that I pulled out these little cards. We'll edge them. I pulled out some crazy yarns because you've got to have some fun edging stuff. Yes, art weapons. Did you guys hear, this was years ago, and I do mean years ago, there was a lady who was coming home from a quilt class, and somebody tried to mug her, and she went after him with her rotary cutter, and she did a fair bit of damage. Art weapons, yes. Not a great thing to actually do or try. So I've got different yarns we're going to try. I pulled out one of my junk signatures so we can edge these pages to play with. I pulled out these. This has holes in it already. This one is marked. I want to use a needle to put the holes in this one because I thought we'd do like a blanket stitch or something. Of course, use whatever you've got. I pulled out some lace and ribbon and this stuff that I can't find a glue that actually sticks this stuff down. Yeah, forget the bear spray. Sharp crochet hooks are another weapon. My mom and dad's friend had been out and at a Stitch and Bitch, and she was doing some doily crochet, like really fine crochet, and she threw her crochet stuff on the car seat, sat down, slid over, and she got the crochet hook stuck in the flesh of her butt. And so she drove home on one cheek, and her husband just laughed at her and said, I'm not driving you to the hospital. So she had to get back in the car on one cheek, go to the hospital, and have it removed. Weapons. Be very, very careful with your craft stuff, guys. So anyway, have any of you guys come across a glue that actually works with this? If you don't have that glue, I'll show you what I do to use this. Okay, so let's start. This one has all the little holes in it. So we're going to take a fun yarn. Now, I've done a whole bunch of these where I've actually crocheted and edging onto it. They're here someplace. I put them someplace safe so that I would have them for today, and I can't find them. Does that surprise any of you? I'm sure it does not. So instead of crocheting, I'm just going to thread a needle with some yarn and just do like a blanket stitch or just even a wraparound. This is, like I say, a business card. It's got a thick piece of painty paper on it, so it's pretty sturdy. So what I like to do is do the edging so that it's over the edge this way. So we can then use it like we would use a page tab and just put it this far in and glue it down so that the edging and stuff is way over and gives a really good showing on the page edge. So I didn't really color coordinate everything because we all know I don't do that. Brand new ball of yarn. I have no idea where the end is. So I probably shouldn't have gone from the middle, but I did. I've tried Eileen's tacky. I have found nothing that will hold that silly stuff down. So what I end up doing is I staple it onto a strip of paper and do it. Look, and this is staticky. It's attached to me. Probably should have gone from the other end, but I did not. I am going to have to roll this entire ball. It will give me something to do, right? Oh, where's the end, guys? Seriously, there it is. Okay. Eyelash yarn. Lovely, lovely stuff. Let's lop off a big hunk of it. And we'll use it a couple of different ways. Look. Whee! Guess what? It's all wrapped up in the stuff on beside me now. So we'll just put this aside for now, and we will try and thread this. Hi, Janet. Welcome, welcome. You are my partner in Beth's doll swap. I am so looking forward to it. Okay, needle. We're going to try and thread this eyelash yarn onto a needle. It's got like a little braid that all this stuff sticks into. There has to be a way to thread it. Hi, Jamie. Welcome. You're lurking? All right. Lurking and working. There, look, I got it through. Oh, look, this thread's lovely. So when I am doing something like this, I will take the end and I will put it between so that it's hidden and it's not coming undone. And I will put a bit of glue in there once I finish sewing it just to hold it in place. So then I will go, say, out the back, out the bottom one, and then we close this, and we'll go through the top. So it's kind of looped around. Oh, look, I'm making a mess. Okay, so we've got our first stitch. It's a loop, and it's fuzzy, and it's goofy, and I love it. So then we're going to go into the next hole, top to bottom, and we are going to go through the big loop so that it goes across the top so that we get this. We get a row of it, and we'll do the same thing here. Are you guys understanding this? This is a blanket stitch for if you're doing an edging on a quilt or that kind of thing. So on one side, you're going to get these just a little wee tufty goofy things. Look how fun that is. And on the back, it's going to be like a row. Do we have, come on, focus, please. It's like a row. So again, we go from the top through to the bottom. And where we've got this loop, we will pull the needle through. And it gives us the crossways, like the stitch across. I guess maybe I should have done it with a plain yarn so that you guys could see it better. I'll just finish this one off, and then I will get some plain yarn and show you the stitch so that you can actually see what's happening. But this is great to do with the eyelash yarn, any kind of that fuzzy stuff like this. Actually, you can do it with any yarn. All right. So then this is the end, right? Last stitch. I will go through the back. And then I will just take it through the side. And just run it along on the inside. Come on. And that's how I hide my ends. I will snip it off at this end. Well, actually partway through. Maybe not quite at the end. Oh, Dell scissors. Yay! And I will just put some glue in there to hold it. I have glue. Hi, Hui. Just like that. And I want it as close to the edge, to the fold as possible so that we can use it like a tab when we're putting it in. And I will just put a clothespin on that to hold it. But look at how cute that edge is. Now, if we have this on a page in a journal, of course, I'm holding it until the glue sets, but I will show you that when it's dry. So that's one way to use this yarn. Another way to use this fun yarn on an edge is you have your journal page, right? So I will put something beneath because I'm going to try and glue as close to the edge as possible. I'm just going to cut this. I've got a big piece of plastic cereal liner. I'm just going to cut it in half. Sorry for the crunkly noise. Just so that I'm not getting it on the pages underneath. 10th. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. So I'm going to put this between my pages. Use any kind of plastic, whatever you've got. I've got this eyelash yarn. I'm just going to take a thin bead of glue as close to the edge as possible because I want that fuzzy stuff sticking out if I can get it. So now comes the tedious part. As I say, it's got a bit of a braid on one side and all the fuzzy stuff fringe on the other. We're going to take that straight part and we are going to put that into the glue. And we're going to do just a little bit at a time. So that we get as much of the fringe hanging over as we can. I don't always get this straight. I am not as concerned about it. I guess if you put a straight edge down, that would work. Just cut it off reasonably even. Now that's fun. Hey, Pixie, welcome. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. You gave me the bird. All right, I like birds. You know I like birds. Perfectly fine with the bird, Barbara. Perfectly fine. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside to dry. This eyelash yarn is really messy. Really messy. All right. So let's use some of this now. We could do it. I'm going to do it on one of these cards. Let's find something that green actually works with. We'll use this one. because that's kind of cute. This has some glitter in it. I'm going to cut a piece probably about this big. The reason being is I'm going to kind of fold it. And I'm going to staple it to some paper. I was doing zines. I'm doing that Valentine's Day hop tomorrow. So we each had to do a zine. So I cut this specifically wrong because I want to show how not to cut the paper. You know, that you have to go from the folded side, not the raw side. Okay, 2 ways to do this. We could put this totally, fold it in half, and then staple. But I don't know if you want this on the outside where everybody can see it, or if you just want the tissue, like this. I like just this, right? So even though it's folded in half, I'm going to take that and I am going to staple this to this edge. Just one side. Just need stapling on one side. Get my stapler. Now I want to hide it, right? I want to hide the staples. I don't like the staples sticking out. So what I'm going to do is I have this folded in half. I'm winging this, guys. I am winging this. You did the bird? Bird. It's a bird. All right. I'm going to fold this up. Okay. So what's going to happen is I'm going to staple it there on both sides. Right? Fold both sides over and staple it against that fold. And you don't have to have a bazillion staples in here. You just have to have it so that it's flat and nice. I think I can get away with 3 staples. Can you see how I've just got it to the fold? Oh, this is way over the fold. See, I wasn't paying attention to the back. I will trim that. So it'll be a little bit puckered. Or I can just pull that staple out. Let's just pull that staple out and do it again. Look, I've got glitter all over my desk. What a shame. Okay, pull the staple out. So, of course, yeah, it will cause a weak spot. That's okay. We'll just move it over. Okay, so that's the back. We want it level with the fold. Want the front level with the fold. Okay, I didn't put it down nice and flat. This is probably a better way to go. Do it flat on the table, pick it up, and move it in. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, because I folded it, I can cut it along this strip. And then that will get folded up and glued down. Okay? It will hide the staples. We will have to do something the same with the back. Take a strip. Not necessarily, because we can just... Okay. First of all, we just need the one strip. Sorry, guys. I am thinking as I go along. Hey, Andrea. Nice to see you. So I took the paper. I folded it in half. I took this ribbon stuff that I can't glue down for love nor money, and I folded it in half, and I put both halves to the fold, stapled it. Now I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to fold it up and put glue on it, just like this. And as I say, it didn't quite go flat. I put the staple in crooked to begin with. Everything's good here. And of course, you can use a painty paper, and you will see the staples. You can put another kind of border against it, whatever, right? So now you trim off the edges. You take your journal. Let's see if this is glued, is dry yet. Not bad. Not bad. And we will just turn the page to the next page. And we are going to glue this down. Staple side down. We are going to glue that on the edge. So yeah, we've got the white. The staples will then be hidden by the edge of this page. Right? We're going to glue it down on the edge, so that's hanging over. And not a goose. No, Barbara's not a goose. Put this between these pages because that glue is still just a little wet. So now we're going to go where the paper is here. And I think I would like to kind of brush that a little bit, just so that I know it's going through and getting the paper beneath, because that's what's going to make it stick. Have a silicone glue brush. Yes, we will put that there so that the glue doesn't stick to anything. And I'm going to put this up at the top of the page. Oh, I should have put it on the top of the page. That could have been very cute. So we're going to make sure it's on the edge. And that should hold that down really nice and tight. No complaints, you woke up today? Yes. Yes, thank you very much for all the thumbs, ladies. It's nice. It's nice. It's nice. I appreciate it. Okay, so now we've got 2 edges done. Does that make any sense to you guys? We just took the fun fringe eyelash yarn, put a thin bead along the edge, glued the eyelash yarn down, and then this goofy stuff that I can't get to stick, I stapled it onto a piece of paper, folded the paper over so that you can't see the staples on top. You can see them because they poke up, right? But if you put like a flip or something like that on here, you're not going to see them. You can disguise those. You know, you can do a tuck spot, whatever, to hide the staples. Favorite orange kitten? Okay, so that's 3. Where did the other one go? I had it. Guys. I just lost that other one that I did with the stitching on it, with the paper clip. Did you see where I put that? Here it is. Oh, okay, so this one I just did a blanket stitch, poked holes in the card, did a blanket stitch. So this side is much fuzzier because that's where the top, you know, if it's along the edge of the blanket kind of thing. So then you have to decide what you want as the front and which is the back. Doesn't really matter. They're both really fun and fuzzy. And then we're going to glue that one in. That's a fold. Where do you open? Where do you open? This opens at the top. So I'm going to put it along this edge. Maybe it's too close to that other orange fuzzy stuff. Let's put it. I'll find a put it place. We'll put it on here. Okay, so now we're going to open it. See, you can see the glue stuck a little bit. Put some glue along this side, glue along that side, and we are going to treat this like a page tab. And we're going to stick it on so that it's like a tab, sticks out. You see both the green and the fuzzy stuff, and we're just going to press it so that the glue holds. I've got extra glue on there. We'll just wipe that up. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take another of these cards. I'll put holes in it, and I will do the blanket stitch with just a plain kind of thread so that you can see how it's done. I didn't consider that when I was first planning this. This corner doesn't want to stick down. I will just use a clothespin to hold it. Clothespins to hold it. Okay, we will put this aside. I'll put the plastic back between because that fuzzy glue is not dry yet. We'll go like this. You'll go like this. Just for now. Just for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this stool up on top so that I'm closer so you guys can see what I'm doing. Is this pattern going to be too busy for you guys? Should I put something over it? Anyone? Hey, Pam, welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. We are playing with Edgings today. Edgings. So I've got a whole bunch of little, these are old business cards of mine. I like using them as tuck spots and things. Pattern's fine. Okay. So we're going to use a piece of graph paper. And I'm just going to cut a piece off because the whole thing is going to be bright and wild. So if you do not have graph paper, if you do not have this kind of thing, as I said, use a book, use an old paperback or a magazine, phone book, whatever. If you don't have a pokey tool, you can use a big needle. So I am going to take this graph paper and I am going to put it on the edge, against the edge. So it's kind of even. You can see there's just a little strip of purple there. And I am going to take that big needle. Maybe not. Okay, guys, big needle on the loose. Be careful. I can take another big needle. See, normally I put it against the magnet, but I didn't. I didn't this time. Okay, so we're going to hold the graph paper. You can kind of see where the edge of the card is underneath. I lined it up with that line, and I lined this edge up with that line on Art Weapon. Yes. So I'm going to take this needle, and I'm going to poke holes at every cross mark on the graph paper. This is the cheat way to do it. Otherwise, you put the ruler down, you measure, you gotta make sure it's so much difference in edge-wise. So again, you can use the pokey tool, can just use this needle, just using the needle. Okay, so now you can see I have a row of holes on this card. So we're going to take just a plain yarn Actually, what I will use is some crochet cotton because I've got some right here. It's just an ecru crochet cotton. Not sure if it's a sugar and spice or nat or whatever. So nice to see you guys here. Next week we are doing flips. Journal flips. Flip flop fly things. There's that other needle. Okay. I was just concerned. See, that's got a much bigger eye than this needle does, so I want to use this bigger needle. I will put that one back on the magnet. You know, and the thing about using this graph paper like this, you can use it quite a few times, right? Because the holes are already there. You just have to go back in the holes that you made, right? This one didn't quite go through. I wasn't paying attention. I can see it. There we go. There we go. Is good. Now, what happened to this string I just cut? Oh, guys, I'm sorry. Having a spinny day, I am. Hey, Beth, nice to see you, hon. Okay, I'm just showing the blanket stitch because we're doing edgings today. I had crocheted some edgings. I'd done an entire set so that there was a piece that went the whole length of the page. I did 6 tabs to go that matched. Actually, I did 2 full length things and then the 6 tabs that matched. I crocheted them all the same. They were gorgeous, but you know how things go. Okay, so I don't want to tie a knot. So as before, you go from the bottom to the top. I'm just going to put this along the edge, and I'm going to try and run it along so that we can not have to use too much glue. Okay, so we from bottom to the top, we go around and we go back in the same hole to anchor it. Right? So while it's like this, we are going to take the, oh, you can't see it. I need a darker something. How about this? Can you see it? Do I need something a little bit darker? That? Oh, yes. We can see it nicely on that. Okay, so we've gone from the bottom to the top and then back through, and we have this loop. So we are going to take the needle and put it through that loop. And it kind of gives it a bit of an anchor. Now we are going to go from the top to the bottom on this side, and we're going to catch that thread in there. Okay, so now we have this loop going from one stitch to the next. Can we see the loop? We're going to go through that loop and pull. And see how it gives that line? That's what gives us the blanket stitch. So now we're going to do that into the next one, top to bottom. We've got the loop, so we're going to go through the loop. You see how we get this nice edging? Does that make sense to you guys? Top to bottom. We've got the loop. See, a loop from the one stitch to the next. So we go through the loop. And you pull. And that's the blanket stitch, okay? Oh, thanks, Pam. Yeah. So this is how they used to edge blankets. What else? I don't know. Top to bottom, we'll finish this card off. Top to bottom, loop, pull through the loop. Now we've got these lovely loops on here. I can come back with some more crochet cotton and I can then do a crochet border on this. What you could also do is when it's like this, you could take some beads, put a bead on so that there's a bead on every loop. Let's try that. Let's grab some beads. I know I've got beads someplace handy. I've got these beads. They're like pearls. Just have to make sure that my needle will go through them. My needle does go to there. So I guess I need that other needle because I think that one will go through. So we'll just swap the needle out. We'll take this needle back. Put that needle on the magnet. I'm hoping you guys are catching on to this. We're playing edgings today. I had done the blanket stitch using eyelash yarn, but I found that it was very difficult to see. So I switched to a plain crochet cotton. All right. So, but then when you finish the one stitch and it's up, right, we'll put a bead on. Okay, so we have a bead threaded. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go, I want to catch this, top to bottom. Through the loop. Now this is a little bit finicky because you want that bead to be there. So you have to make sure that this thread comes out ahead of the bead. Can you see that? We'll do it again. We'll put another bead on. Whoa, this jar is pretty full. Another bead. Thread it on. So again, we go top to bottom. Okay, lots of mess here. Top to bottom. We've got the loop with the bead, right? So we want the bead on that side. So when we put this thread underneath, we want it to be ahead of the bead, right? So we want it on this side. Right? Can you see? We want it on that side of the bead. So the bead is on the edge. Oh, thanks, Andrea. You know what? That's a good point. Okay, let's do another one. And of course, I didn't count the holes, so I don't know if these are going to match. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might have to put 4 beads on. And then it'll be equal on both sides. Okay, beads on, top to bottom. Okay, so now we're going to go through that loop. Make sure it's on that side of the bead, right? Pull tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? I wonder. Is that equal? No, I think I have to do one more. think I have to do one more. Although that does look equal, doesn't it? You think I can get away with leaving it with 3 beads? This is the one at the back, right? Because this is going to be glued down on the edge of the page. So the beads and this are hanging over. I'm going to make sure that this thread is against the bottom so that I will be gluing all the way up to these holes, and then it will go on the edge of the page like this. A little bit of the purple sticking out and the beads. You figure it's going to be okay? Me too. Okay, so we're just going to do that stitch again. Before I do that, we're going to do this. Gone. Whew, because we all know that that probably would have happened to me. Okay, top to bottom, through the loop. And you just pull it snug. You don't want to pull it too tight. You want that edge of stitches. Am I fuzzy? Can you guys see that? You still trying to thread your needle? Oh. If you need me to go slow or to do something else so that you can catch up, let me know. And again, top to bottom. So as I say, I use these as tucks. These cards as tucks. If I put a white backing or a plain backing on it, then I use them just as little journal cards. All's good, guys. Top to bottom. And through the loop. Oh, did I catch that thread? I split the thread, guys. I split the thread. This is not going to work the way I wanted it to because I split the thread. That's one thing you need to worry about or be cognizant about. Don't know how I managed to split it, but I did. There we go. So now we're going, what the heck are we going to do with this? We are going to go from the back. See, I did it again. What the heck, Kimberly? Why would I do that? Come on. Okay, I need to take this thread out. Sorry, guys. Pull it reasonably tight. I'm going to have a loop. That's just the way it's going to be. Anyway, you do that a couple of times on the end just to anchor it. Well, see, I know why I split it, because the hole isn't very big, and with the thread through it, it's easy to split it. Okay. So now I'll just go down through the front again. Yeah, it's a little bit bulky, but it's okay. So I'm going to trim this. No knots. Pull this thread to the bottom, pull this thread to the bottom, and I'm going to put a big glob of glue on that to hold it. Right? We're going to put a big glob of glue right there just to hold it in place. And I will take a clothespin just to hold those threads tight because I really want that glue to hold. There we go. Okay. So that's how you do the blanket stitch. You know, you could tie them in a knot if you so want. The reason I am not is because knots add bulk, and because this is going to be up and out, you know, when it's on the page, that's going to be sticking out. Oh, look, you can see the business phone number and stuff. That's okay. This will go in something I'm not selling. So that would be on the edge of the page. So then I would glue down here, glue down there, and I would use it as a tuck spot. Yeah, the beads are fun. I mean, you could use anything, right? Anything with holes in them. You could put a dangle on that. You don't have to put anything if you don't want. So as I say, we did that stitch using this eyelash yarn. Where did we go with the eyelash yarn? Here. Right? We did that using eyelash yarn. So one side it's got the fuzzies, and the other side it's got the whole row. Right? So that should, you know, be more on the edge, but it either way. That's what we used with this. Continental soldier, do your ears hang low. I love the eyelash yarn to do this with. I have quite a few different kinds of eyelash yarn to play with for that. Again, so we just took some eyelash yarn and we put it against the edge. We used that silly stuff that I stapled to a piece of paper so that it will actually stick in my journals, because this is more for doing tulle puffs when you're doing bouquets and that kind of thing. For sure, for sure, for sure. Okay, so I am going to move this. So you guys have seen how I use graph paper for measuring and putting holes in quite often. So we'll put this right there so that I kind of know where it is. We'll put this against the magnet so we don't lose it. Take that off the table. Now, we can do the same kind of thing using lace. Just trying to show different edgings, right? We're playing edgings today. So some of this lace, of course, you can just glue straight down, hanging over the edge like a border. Use whatever you like. The stuff with ruffles can add a fair bit of bulk. Something like this makes lovely edgings, because you take it and you fold it in half and you glue both sides down and you get quite a huge piece. This, though, I would use as a pocket. It's so nice and deep. If that makes sense. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. Okay, I asked earlier, because you guys had asked me to do Tuesday, you know, one thing. Focus, Kim. Focus on one thing. So today it's edgings. Last week was twinchies. Next week is flips. Do you want me to continue with the Tuesday single thing or not? Just ask it. Just ask it. Okay. Piece of paint paper. Let's cut it to length for the page. Not all the pages are the same. Let's find the page we're going to put. We're going to put it on this page. So we'll just take it and measure it against that page. You just enjoy me? Oh, thanks. Well, the ladies requested this, so I just need to know if this should be an ongoing thing, because we haven't even gone through many of our things. piece of paint paper. Don't know if this was a gel print or if it was a roll off and then I added a texture thing to it. I don't know. Hunk of painted paper. Could be any kind of paper you like, something fun. We're going to fold it in half. This is how wide? Ruler. This is 3 inches wide. I like using 3-inch wide paper. Thumbprint wherever she goes. She didn't leave me a thumbs up. She gave me the bird. Right? Okay. So then what we're going to do is figure out how far onto this page we want it to go. Do we want it as a tuck? Do we not? I don't think I'm going to worry about it as a tuck spot. I am just going to glue this down the same way we'd use a page tab. Oh, yeah. You know what? I have no problem. This actually is very good for me. Keeps me on track some days, right? And we all know about me in the rabbit holes. So we're going to glue one side all the way. All the way. And then this one we're just going to glue along the edge. Okay. So then we're going to take it. Will you fold backwards? Doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. I'll put something there just so that the other page is protected. Not that it really matters. This is a junk journal signature. So I am going to take this piece that just got that little bit of glue on, and I'm just going to make sure that that glued piece is at the edge. I'm going to look at the other side, see if it's even. Oh, look, this had a pocket in it. Not anymore. Okay, so we've glued that. Now we're going to take this with all the mucky glue. Let's take this brush. Whoa, hey, guys, sorry. My yes men. I'm just going to, because I've got big blobs, I'm just going to smear that out a little bit. And then we're going to fold it on the fold. Okay, so that gives us a nice edge. If this was just a regular kind of journal and all the pages were the same size, that would be hanging out the side. Perfect. Love it. Love it. Okay, so I still have a little pocket. No biggie. Not a big deal. Let's trim it down to match the edges of the page. Right. So we're just going to trim it like this. And like this. Now, the reason that I did this, so that it's folded in half and it's hanging off the edges, we're going to wobble cut this, guys. We're going to wobble cut this. So if this was in a journal, it would be wobble cut on both sides. It would have something nice on both sides. Because a lot of times, if you took just a, what are these things I just did? Snippet strips. And you put that down, that's great edging. But if you look at the other side, it's raw and it's fugly. So what I would do with this is I would take a piece, I would fold it, and then glue it down so that the center was sticking up and just the edges on the page would be uneven. Does that make sense to you guys? Because how often have we stuck something in and the front of it looks great and the back is like brown paper, plain white paper, old book page, whatever, right? This just 3-inch strip of painty paper works great. So let's cut a wobble cut this. Let's just wobble cut this because we can. Look at that nice edge. And it's on both sides. I'm giving Fugly a bad name. Well, you know. So, of course, we can decorate that. See, I have a whole bunch of edges that I made. Some gorgeous edges. Or some fun ones, anyways. Like these. Right? It's a lovely edge. But if I was to put that over the edge like this, on the back, it's just ugly. Right? So something like this kind of needs to be right at the edge. Right? You know? Same with this. This one's not bad. It's, bleed through from this. But still. And it's thin, right? Like when we're doing pockets and things, we like to double up the edge so that we don't get tear out. So this is why I like doing it this way. Of course, I could have measured kind of where the center was and then come down a little bit. It's almost like doing die cut edge. And then you could have something hanging off, punch a hole in it, put a reinforcement, and have a lovely dangle. It just, something different. Something different. All right. So, this little journal thing is upside down. This will be a really nice little signature with, different edgings and things. Okay, another kind of edging. Let's figure out another kind of edging. I pulled out a whole bunch of stuff to play with for edgings. Let's use this. Wow, I'm really going with the fall colors, and it's spring, guys. What the heck? Okay, let's just take this snippet strip and cut off a piece that will fit. Yep, that works. Hey, Jasper, welcome. All right. I did my zine. You know how when you fold them, quite often they're like this, right? This size. I did it so that mine was tall and skinny. I did it the other way. So that's tomorrow on the zine hop. We did Valentine zines. So when you have a snippet strip or whatever, ways to use them. I could put a piece of brown paper behind it, tear it, or a book page behind it and tear it. But still, the back isn't going to be lovely. So I'm going to take this and I am going to fold it. I don't care if it's in half or not, because it's going on both sides of the page. Also, with snippet strips, you get a fair bit of bulk when you fold it in half. Let me tell you. We're going to press it down pretty hard. I know you like earthy colors and primary colors. I like earthy colors if they're rich and jewel tones and shiny like this. If they were just tea-dyed papers and things, yeah, no thank you. Oh, thanks for coming, Barbara. You take care. Talk to you soon. See, like, yeah, whatever. Everybody has their own taste. I happen to like bold colors. Let's put this on here. And we're not going to glue it. You know what? That's a pretty fancy page. I think I need something a little more plain. A little bit more plain. See, that could go on nicely on there, but if I do that, first off, it's going to be in the middle of the book. No. What's a nice thought? Okay, wait a minute. She can't, but it's a nice thought. What am I doing? Is it me you're talking about? I have to go back and chat. What did you say, Anne? Oh, you like the sessions, but only do them as long as I want to? Okay, it's, that's one thing. Yeah, Anne can have the lurking, or Jasper can have the lurking key. Yep. All right. All right, so I am looking for a page to put this on. See, I could put it on that one, and that could be fun. Kind of loses the function of the flip. Not that there's really a function to this flip. Hey, wait a minute. Who says we have to edge it this way? Just curious. We could edge top, bottom, whatever we like, right? I think it's going to go on here. I think it's going to go on there. Because that's kind of fun. What do you guys think? Because this backside's pretty boring. Do we want it to stick out a little bit? I like it sticking out a little bit. Okay, first of all, we're going to take the black marker, big black beast. Barb's off. Oh, yeah, Barbara's off. Yeah, I have to do things monochrome. Well, I don't, but for some reason, all my snippet strips I did in matchy color combos. So I'm using this black marker. I'm edging this. If I had muck water paint on the desk, I would probably use that just to take these edges down. But I've got black in this bit of paper that's not glued down. I'm just going to tear that. Just going to tear that. I know, Pam. I've been having problems with my desktop keyboard. It's wireless. I think the batteries are going. So half the time it works, half the time it doesn't work. It's just really frustrating. You know what? That side's ripped. I'm going to rip this. No. Tear the edge off. Yeah, but if I tore the edge off, it would still be pretty raw, Belinda, because some of these pages have really white edges. really, really white edges. I'm going to take that off because that was a pretty sharp corner. Okay, so we've got this. I've got it folded, not quite in half. It's really wobbly. I like it. I like it. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to glue. When you're doing this, what you might want to do is take a straight edge and draw a line for where you want the glue to go. And then you glue on this side of the line so that you've got the other part hanging up off the page. If that makes sense? So we all know that I'm not greatest at straight lines, but we're going to start here, and I am going to just kind of do a straight line along there, and all this stuff will get glued down. That makes sense? When you're doing these kinds of things, you really have to make sure you get your edges good. Oh, that wasn't glued down? Yeah, rip it off. So you see where I think I have a straight edge? We're going to make sure that goes against the edge of this page. Just like that. And it's okay if we get that bit of glue on there, because now we're going to glue from this fold side all the way to the edge, right? Like we did the last time. So there's the fold. And we're going to glue this whole thing from the fold to this edge. So that's going to give a very solid outside edge on this page. And you know what the really great thing about that is? Those are the pages you can add that extra weight stuff to. The extra weight stuff. Because now the edge of this page has really strengthened it. Oh, 3 days of rain now. Oh. And yeah, I know it's not right to that corner. It's okay. Perfectly fine. We're going to trim this. Look, I got a little bit of fugly there. It will have to be fine. But as I was saying, this now gives this section, it's solid. So if I want to take one of these monster dangles that I do, monster dangles, where are you? I have dangles. Bear with me. Bear with me right here. So dangles can get pretty darn heavy, right? Let's find something that's reasonably same color tones. Not a blessed thing that's oh, that one's not bad. That's not bad. So when you've got a dangle like this, if you just put it on this kind of a page, your page, this is a heavy page. But if you just had like a regular copy paper, I show you. Here's a piece of copy paper. This is just regular copy paper. So if you put it on your regular page, if you know, it makes your page go like that. It's heavy, right? As much as you like it, it's going to make your page be a pain in the hiney. But if you have this kind of an edging, this page is much more solid. So if we put it on this page now, that page is not going anywhere. Right? It's solid because we've got a good spine to it. It's not really a spine, but a backbone, maybe you want to call it a backbone to that page. Right? So it will make this side buckle because, it's a flop out, fold out, flip out, whatever. But for the most part, it's good. It's not going to, once there's stuff on this page, it will be solid as well. But yeah, dangles can add quite a bit of bulk in the middle. See, look at now I've got this big funky thing with the beads. It's not going to lie flat for love nor money. But that's okay. It is just fine. Just fine. Okay, so we'll take that. Do I want to leave it there? Yeah, let's leave it there. Okay. Any other ideas for edgings, guys? Like I say, crochet and edging. Use your snippet rolls. Use lace. Maybe one day I will actually find a nice glue that works with this. Stamping edges. Oh, definitely can stamp some edges. Stamping edges is always fun as well. What do I want to use? I'm going to use that lovely, or one of these. I have lots of things to use for edges. Lots of things to use for edges, as well as stamps. I'm not going to go burrowing in the back 40 to find some stamps to use. We will just use this and some paint. How about if we use like a yellow paint, because this is it's really like yellows and browns and a little bit of pink. There's blue. There is some blue. You know what? Maybe I'll use blue. Let's use blue. We'll use this blue. I do have new stamps. I saw somebody else who did edges. Can't remember who I was watching. Glue books maybe, and she took hearts, and she folded them in half, or sort of, and she did an entire edging. She kind of layered them, folded hearts, and that's a very cute thing to do too. So you could take a whole bunch of twinchies, inchies, whatever, and glue them down over the edge. Lots of purple hearts. Purple hearts, guys. What else have I got in there? Come on. Gotta be something other than purple. Some of these are backed already because I'm ready to use them in other things. Beth did edgings too. Awesome. So we're going to have to look at Beth's channel and check out her edgings. But yeah, the lady did hearts. Or maybe she even did it this way so that they were, and then folded them over. Hey, Sharon, welcome. We are playing edgings today. So we've done a few different edgings. Now we're going to stamp. We're going to stamp some edges. This is a little junk journal scrapbook thing I'm doing. Just a single signature kind of thing. I'll put one on here as well. Okay, we're going to do some blue edgings. Get a paint lid. I have a lid. Right here. Right there. get a nice big brush. You know what? Let's see if I can do some two-tone edges. Have some fun. Might as well get creative. So we're doing blue. So that's a blue neon. Beth, can you please put your link in so that we can go and look at your edgings too, please, hun? That'd be so cool. So I am going to put this down. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, edgings. We could do this one. Guess we should choose. I've got like that. I'm thinking I can use a big one. I've got this new one. I've got any of these make lovely edgings. Thank you, Beth. Thank you. And if anybody, this is kind of like stonework. Yeah, we're doing blue. This one? You think this one? Or this one? This one? This is my new flooring. Well, it's not new. It's been up for a couple of years now. And so we had lots of leftover tile. So my husband gave me a big box of it, cut up into strips and things for me to carve and use as borders. Okay, so I've got 2 shades of blue. I don't know how all this would work. Usually, if I am doing a gel plate thing and I use these on the plate, I will also, oh, look, I made a mess. Do some edgings. Is what heavy? I wasn't super straight with that, obviously. Okay, let's just grab, that needs to dry now. Let's grab just some white paper and I don't know. I don't know. Heavy? Well, I don't know what you mean. Hey, Brenda, welcome. Are you saying like asking if it's hard to carve? This is not hard to carve. This is the outside where the flooring is, so it's thick. This side is the cushiony side, so it's almost like a fun foam, but not a fun foam. A little bit stronger than the fun foam. See if I can get a nicer print. Of course, I wasn't paying as much attention. Try and get it right against the edge. Made yourself salad for lunch? Very nice. Got to get your Dremel out. You're welcome, Sharon. So, I mean, we had a couple of leftover, tile boxes, whatever. So then what I do with this a lot of times is then I print them all out on pages, on paper, and then I doodle on them. And they make nice little pops of color, whatever. So, I would use these as a background, or I would just glue it up in the corner, or put a couple of nether sheets behind it and use it as a little text spot. Hey, guys, we're rabbit holing here. Stop it, Kim. Okay, so anyway, that makes a nice edging. That. It does. It does. I'm waiting for this to dry. That's not too bad. Look, I'm covered in paint. Surprise. So because I've got this mucky edge, I'm just going to go like this with the blue. Just to finish it off. Gives it a little bit of shadow, kind of, even. Looks almost like it's supposed to be like that. Well, I used to carve, so I love my Dremel, but I can't carve anymore. The Dremel, the vibration really, really irritates my hands. And to use hand tools to carve, well, wood anyway, it's just not good for me. I just use an X-Acto knife for this. Seriously. Seriously. Let me grab a blank piece and I will show you just how soft it is. That I can get. Whoa, wrong light. Sorry, guys. Turn the lights out on you. So this is what it looks like. It's white. It's about that thick. Look, I got a mess on my desk. Why does that not surprise any of us? And I have an X-Acto, just a blade like this. Just a regular X-Acto blade. Oh, definitely you have to have breathing protection on. That's the other reason I don't carve anymore. My breathing doesn't lead to me wearing masks or anything very much. Okay, so we're going to cut just a line. Straight line across. Well, it's as straight as it gets. And then you just go underneath this way and underneath this way. And then you just pick that out. For some reason, this is not a proper X-Acto knife. It comes loose all the time. Please be aware of where your blade is and what's happening. But yeah, just a regular knife. Then you just clean that little bit of greebly out. But even that would work. Just, let's just do a couple of straight lines across like that. It's like carving an eraser, like a white eraser. And yes, I can pull out carving chisels like a V tool or whatever to do this. They're in the shop. I don't feel like going out and getting one. See, just lovely, lovely. But of course, he cut them all into these long strips. I have a few squares, but the squares are only like 3-inch squares. Yeah, So if you've got a restore whatever there, look at these were just click tiles, click down linoleum tiles. Or, if you've got Home Depot or whatever in your area, ask if you can have their, uh, display stuff when it's past date. Because you don't need a box of freaking tiles, guys, unless you want to do this every day for a year. Okay? So, kind of goopy in the centers. Yeah. And of course, like I really don't like this X-Acto knife, but whatever. I do have another one that I actually use for this. This is just the one on my desk. But okay, let's just stamp that. That's a little high. Right, let's just stamp that. See? So that's all I use for these. I did do some where I carved, like I put black marker on and then carved them. The black marker doesn't stick to this and it will get all over your hands. Yeah. Yes, men keep everything. I know. He's as bad as I am. Yeah, Sherry, maybe, see if the Restore or somebody has some of this stuff. Or maybe if we finally get together for coffee, I can give you some of this because I still have a huge box. Seriously. That, so that's about it, guys. So, stamp and edge, definitely. If you use your stamps and you use paint, you can use any color with them whatsoever. Use what you've got. If you don't have stamps, right, block of wood with some elastics around it. Oh, look at that. Just rolled into the paint. Isn't that lovely? Block of wood with elastics. A Dremel on this. It will. I don't know how fine the dust would be from this, but I'm sure a Dremel would work just fine. It might tear it up. You might not have really sharp edges the way you do with a knife. But again, we're doing edges, borders, elastic on wood. Go up the side of the page like this. How fun, right? How fun. It's a junk journal, guys. Right? Anything can be an edging. Stickers would work, definitely. Die cuts. If all you have are like lid kind of things, right? You dip it in the paint. You can go down an edge this way. That's lots of fun too. However, whatever. What looks great on this? That's fun. I love taking a block of wood and putting elastics around it and doing that. Right? Something like that. That's a fun edge. You can go in and color that if you want. You can put little things in all those loops. something like this, you could doodle each and every straight up and down thing or sideways thing. Edgings are, you can use whatever you've got for the journals that you're making. I could take this, I could do the same kind of thing. Take that off, fold it in half, put it over the edge, wobble cut it. That would be absolutely fun. Any of these, this one too. Cut it along, fold it in half, wobble cut it. It would look like a walkway, kind of like stones or whatever. Jean Peter sent me a video, and a lady was using a kid's truck tires, and she did she ran it through paint. It was a truck. I didn't have a truck. I just had tires. I don't know what the heck happened to the truck. I have grandsons, and so get paint on a kid's toy truck tire. Look at that pattern. Isn't that a fun pattern? So when I've got the gel plate out or the bag out that I use for printing, you guys know what I'm talking about. I've been running this through it and then running it along the page, both tires, and it's fun. It leaves lovely marks. But like I say, these are the only tires I found. I should have that more to the middle so that I've got both ends to roll, like a rolling pin. Oh, yeah. That could be lots of fun. To community center art class at age 3, Matchbox cars. Yeah! See? I have a couple of old Matchbox cars, but whatever tread there was is no longer. They're flat. Flat. Actually, what I've done is all those really hard cardboard tubes from the Cricut vinyl, they're really thick and really hard. I got my husband to cut them down. Okay, of course. This is another project, guys. I am down a rabbit hole now. Thanks. I got him to cut them all down. These are really, really solid. Really solid. And you know what? They fit great on small roller things, right? So I want to put hot glue or elastics or whatever, and then use it like a brayer. Yeah, I know. I took whatever Lego I could find because they took all the Lego home. This is all I got left, this Lego. So I use that for stamps for sure too. Both sides work. But anyway, these things from the Cricut Bible, those rolls are really strong. But you wrap yarn around them, you're going to get some wonderful textures. And the thing is if you're tired of it, it's not like it's costing you $600 like a Stampin' Up stamp. Not that I'm saying anything against Stampin' Up stamps, but if you're on a budget like me, I'm fixed income retired, I have to make do with what I've got and be creative, right? So you do what you can with what you've got, right? All right, guys. It's been an hour and a half only. Wow. I don't know how many other ideas I've got for you guys. Just the fun yarns. This is a fun yarn. This I would definitely try and get on an edge of something because it's got these like little, they're like, exactly, exactly. And the thing is, Anne, is I like stencils. Don't like, I have a lot of stencils. They're not big, fancy, dancy stencils. And a lot of times I make my own stencils. You know that. But I get tired of the same old ones, right? Because when you purchase a stencil or a stamp, you have to really love it. And, but I get tired of things very, very fast, I find. So then it sits on the shelf for years until I go, oh, yeah, I liked this way back when, right? So but I mean, if I'm just using background textures, these little stamps that Ron make me, I'll use those over and over and over again. Hi, Miss Allie K. Nice to see you. That too, Anne. That too. I mean, seriously, if I am using scrap wood, like he throws a lot of this size stuff into the burning barrel. But really, now that I've asked him that if he could make me more this size because these are just so nice and thin that I'd love to have more like this. I really would. Oy. My desk is not big enough. Well, my desk is big enough. I'm just too much of a mess. Like, kind of person. Yeah, Anne, I thought about it. I said to him, can you make those stamps? I'm sure I could sell them, you know? But because they're wood and he figures you drop them, they get damaged. He doesn't want to do that because he'd rather have something that will last a while. I understand his point of view, but I also understand that artists, when they've got stuff like this, they're going to take a little bit more care of it. I do not, I have to admit, because I've got so much. Oh, I shouldn't say that. But I do have lots. Because I used each stamp twice, and it covered 2 pages. So that was just whatever. You know how it is. You know how it is. Thanks. My husband just cut me a whole bunch of new stamps. Wooden ones. These are out of linoleum tile. These ones I did. So I was just showing how easy it is to cut this because it's like a foamy back, right? So it's got the hard topping. It's got a foamy back. And even when you're laying them down, yeah, you can use a saw or whatever, but it's just as easy to use a big Olfa knife and be very careful to cut the shapes that you need. But this backing carves really nicely for stamps. These ones, let me see. Grab one. Grab a big one. Like this. He puts them on the lathe and carves them. So yeah, I need somebody to come and play with me. String on a toilet roll, definitely. I've done that. I was just talking about, because I have a Cricut, the rolls that the vinyl comes on is really, really thick. And the nice thing about them is they fit really nice on paint rollers, these little paint rollers. $3 on a clearance aisle. Nice. Nice. So I want to put some hot glue or whatever on, Miss Allie. So, or, wrap elastics around something and use them on the gel plate and then use them for backgrounds or whatever. I also have some old wooden rolling pins that I had thought about carving. I might have to get my kid to do that for me. Hey, Roel, welcome, welcome. I'm not jelly printing. We were doing edgings, and I'm down a rabbit hole because they said to do some stamp edgings. So I pulled out some of my stamps, and Ron just made me a whack load of new stamps. So I've been playing stamps lately. And so we were just talking about the different stamps and print mark making things. Lots of mark making things. So he did this really nice thin one. But these are out of our flooring tiles. I've carved them because the top is solid and the back is nice and soft. So, yeah. Just playing. Using old kids' truck tires. Kim's down a rabbit hole. I'd started out playing with this stuff and sewing and that kind of thing, but, Okay, this is that other one, guys. The glue down here is dry now. So I would trim that right against where the glue is. And if I was putting it in a journal, I would put glue along here and here. This would hang over the edge. Let's do that. Kim's got a big mess on her desk and her fingers are painty. Let's just go throw this in a bit of water so that it doesn't get all crunchy on me. Sorry, guys. I'll be right back. Happen to have a bin of water sitting on the counter in the other room there because I was cleaning my brayer because it was so jammed up with paint it wouldn't roll nice. So I stripped it down, and the handle of the brayer is so built up with paint, I'm soaking it because it has to come off. It really does. Okay, little journal. This is the little journal signature that we're playing with for this today. Oh, making a mess. Get in there. Now, which is the right side up? This is right side up. Okay, so we're going to put this in as so that this is over the edge. Yes, thank you. Roll, can you possibly stick that on my page? Or send it to me in Messenger or something so that I can put that up on my page for tomorrow. Couldn't find, I was looking for it, and it wasn't coming to me. Okay, so this I want on a bigger page. How about if I put it on this one? So it's going to be a tuck. It's going to be hanging over like this. The beads are going to be out, but it's going to be a tuck spot. So I'll want it right down at the bottom. Thank you, Raul. Yes, guys, please come to our wonderful Valenzine hop. Everybody worked really hard on it. So I'm just going to trim these threads off close to the glue. Okay, so as I said, we're going to put glue down along this stitch line here and down here so that it's a tuck. So there. And this. Oh, see, Kim's got such a big mess here. Thank you, Raul. I appreciate that. It's going to be a lovely hop. There are some absolutely incredible people who have stuff happening. People who have stuff happening. Okay, so I'm going to put it on this page. And as I say, it's going to go right at the bottom of the page. And I want it so it's a tuck. So I only glued up the side. Across the bottom. And of course it had to move. Oh, Janet, okay, have a great day. I will be posting your doll early next week. Just so you know. Janet and I are doing a paper doll swap on Beth's group. We got partnered up. So I'm excited about that. And of course, I still do the ATC swaps on Joni's page on Facebook. Okay. So that's cute. You know, that's it's on a folded flip, but it's cute. Again, you know, this is showing at the back. That's perfectly fine. Not happy with the print from the card. I should have used something much with a solid background. A lot of these other cards I've already backed. But of course I had to use one that I did not. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way this one came out. And I hope that, you know, you guys could follow along with the way I stitched that up. So, you know, that's just a nice little tuck. So we've done a few edgings today, guys. We really have. I'm sure there is a bazillion one other ones to do. Okay, so we did the one with the snippet roll, right? We did this one with the painty paper and did the wobble cut. We did just a single line of that eyelash yarn. We did this one with the stuff that I can't stick down. So we used paper. So maybe I should have used that little card to cover up the staples, but I didn't. I'll probably come in with some sort of edging to cover that off, or maybe I'll just leave it. But yes, the staples do show, but at least this stuff isn't coming off. Looking for the edgings, looking for the edgings. There's that one that just glued in the little tuck spot with the stitching and beading. There's the one that we did the blanket stitch with the eyelash yarn. That's such fun stuff. I really like blanket yarn. Okay, so where did we do the stamping one? Here. The stamping one is on the inside of that page. So now my question is, what is the difference between edgings and borders? Because I personally use that interchangeably. I mean, maybe a border is all the way around, but I consider just a strip down the side, like, like. Of course, there's not a single one in here. Um, one of these, things that I do when I put it down on a page, I consider that an edging. I also consider it a border. Can I get some feedback from you guys? Tell me what you consider edgings and borders, the difference. You use it interchangeably as well? Okay. See, that would be really cute on there with this. And colors kind of match. You too, Beth? Okay. So, don't forget, guys, Beth put her link in. We need to go and watch hers on borders and edgings as well. So that's about my infinite wisdom on this, or my take on it. Take something and wrap it around the page. See, I didn't do that. I pulled some fabric to show you to wrap fabric around the edge. Where did I put that? Oi, don't create a capsule ranch with that. Seriously, I had it and it's gone. But I had strips of fabric, and I would do it the same way as I would do lace if I wrapped it around the edge. So it's kind of hanging off the edge. Here we go. Here we go. I've got this little piece of pink flannel. Yeah, I thought they were the same thing too. Edging is only being on one edge. Okay, that makes sense. Border goes all around. Okay. That's right, from a quilting context, for sure. Okay, so this would be an edging, but if it was there, and there, that would be a border. That makes perfect sense. Okay, so I have a question. Those of you who gel print, do you do just borders on some pages? Like, do you tear up a piece of paper and put it in the center and then put the paint around and do just work around the edge and just do a border? Yeah, mixed media is all over the place for a lot of things, but what you say makes sense. I think that's why I get so confused, Dan, because I did used to quilt. See, I was thinking of creating, here we go again, came down the rabbit hole. So if I had this on my gel plate, or if this is my gel plate, I would tear up a hunk of paper. We'll just use this poor old painty, gluey napkin. And I would put it in the middle, right? It'd be flat, right? Let's just use this. So I would have it in the middle, and then I would work all the way around and do just a border. Of course, this would be torn so that it wouldn't be sharp edges. Mind you could do sharp edges too. And then do it all the way around with, colors and patterns and whatever. And just do edge prints. You've never done it? Anybody else gel print? Has anybody else tried that? You gel print? Have you ever tried that, Sharon? Because I find so often, especially, the way I use my gel prints and things, I chop them up into little pieces and use them for collage. It's very, very seldom I print for the entire print. So I figured if I did that, then I could have a border, and that would be nice in a journal. Yeah, the centerpiece would be a mask. Yeah, see, I chop mine up for so many different things. I use it for my collage. I use it for these kinds of things, right? Like I make twinchies and things to doodle on. Yeah. Have you tried that? It is an addiction. I was just saying that I need to do a gel printing session because I've got all these new stamps to play with. Now, see, something like that would be kind of cute. Mind you, I could just stamp them down too. But I was thinking if I did a border and then, no, do maybe some sort of stenciling just around the edge and then double layer stencil and then just a straight color, pull the mask off and make sure that the edges aren't crisp because I like them to be kind of fadey. Um, yeah, I think I'm going to have to try that. And we should have a play date and do that, a create date. Pull out our gel prints and egg each other on. Okay, so we figured out edges and borders, and I showed you how I punch my holes using graph paper. If I find the ones that I crocheted on, I will post pictures of it. If not, I will possibly do some more. Actually, I'd like to do sets of it. You love watching gel printing? Yeah, we should do a print-in. Wouldn't that be fun? Maybe we should do that on a StreamYard one day. Do a print-in, set up a date to do it on StreamYard. You have to recondition them all. I don't know if mine need to be reconditioned or not. I ignore them for months on end. But if we did that, we could get a group together. A print-in would be where we were all on StreamYard together so that the cameras were down on our desks like I usually have it, not on our faces, right? So we've got our gel plate and we would be doing different masking things and each of us would be doing this different things. And everybody would be playing with their own stuff. Not necessarily everybody has the same things, right? Like I've got lots of odd things that I use on my gel plate that other people probably don't have. I mean, quite a few people have carved stamps, but we could almost do a workshop like that. I wonder if we could do an entire workshop. Although it wouldn't be a workshop, it would just be a get together. I don't know. Border inside edge on the outside. Yeah. You'll play, Beth? All right. So I will kind of figure out some logistics. Sharon will play? Okay. I need you guys' email addresses. I think we could do it on StreamYard. I think I can have up to 6 people on StreamYard because I don't have what is it? A paid account. So I think I could do 6 people and we can set up a date and do that. Let's get a pen. Let's write this down. That's not a pen. This is a pen. Okay, so we've got Anne and Beth and Sharon Anybody else say they'll play? So would a weekend or a weekday be better, guys? 10? I could have up to 10 people? Okay. And instead of laughing, it's a printing. We could have categories of things to try. So say we're going to do this for 3 hours. I'm just throwing a time limit out there. So half an hour, we could do stencils. Half an hour, we could do stamps. Half hour, any kind of mark making. Half an hour of masks. Oh, no expectations. No, we're just going to play. Found objects? Ooh. Kind of like those flower things that I just found on that thing. Oddball stuff you wouldn't expect. Yeah. Packaging. Possible but not personally, Marguerite? You would like to come and play with us? Something from nature. Do you think half an hour at a time is reasonable? Okay, Sharon, how about, are we friends on Facebook? Yeah, me too, Beth. Me too. I have bins of things to use. My homemade plate? Yeah, I could do that. Because I can help you through some of these other ideas. Or even what I could do is put the list on Meet Your Creativity, and I can give hints as to what. Yeah, Sharon, Beth is lovely to work with. Like a wedding, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, something that was once blue. I like that. I have to write that down too. Something old, new, and once blue. And a penny in your shoe. You would like to join us, Pam? All right. Okay. Weekday or weekend, guys? Oh, stop that. Okay, Sharon, thank you. A coin? Ooh, coins. Okay, that's 1 hour, 2 hours. We're getting on to 4 hours, guys. Weekday is preferable for Pam, Sunday for Beth. Afternoon's better. Sherry, want to play? Let me pull up my calendar here. Not in the evening. No. We'll do it. I think Jasper. All right. Yeah, Jasper's been lurking. She's working on her zine. We could have a long list and each pick however many things right. Speed round. Oh, okay. That could be fun. Okay, I am looking at the calendar. How about if we do it for like the beginning of March? Or mid-March. Set it for, say, hmm. We could either do it like the 25th of February. Okay, Pam, perfect. March Madness. Do a March Madness? All right. Paint plastic everywhere. Yeah. Should we go for like March 3rd, folks? March 3rd is a Sunday. And how about if it's Sunday, March 3rd, and what time should we start? 10:30 in the morning, Central? 10:30 Central? All right. Mark it down. I'm doing it on StreamYard. I won't be upside down, and guys, I tried doing a Zoom meeting and my camera. We had them on our faces. I was upside down. I couldn't get right side up for love nor money. It just showed what kind of a dingbat I was hanging from the okay, roll. Perfect. So yeah, we will do March 3rd, 10:30 Central. We'll do it my channel, and I'll set up the StreamYard link, and I will get it to you guys on the 2nd, so that we know to be there on the 3rd. I will get it posted. Yeah, upside down. I mean, seriously. So Ron's going, so they looked up your nose the whole time? I says, no, they looked at my gray hair. Right. We could do that. It is going to be fun. I'm putting that in my calendar right now. Print in 10:30. Perfect. You want to see how it goes first? Okay. March Madness with Maiden Voyage streamers. You use Messenger? Okay. All right. I use Messenger as well. And StreamYard is very, very easy. You don't have to download anything. You just need to click on the link and it takes you to the back room. Right, Sherry? So, Sherry, how about if I put you down, and if you make it, you do, and if you don't, how's that? Because if we can only have 10 people, we're already at 6. March Madness. It's going to be fun, Joel. It will. Having a print in. You haven't streamed, Marguerite? Did you want to try, Marguerite? Marguerite, do you want to try? Yeah, Beth could do a streaming class. So yeah, I will and maybe there'll be things like using a sponge to put the paint down, because that'll give a whole different texture, or crumpled up saran wrap or wax paper. Oh yeah, we could have much fun, much fun. Okay, I have you down too, Marguerite. So we're up to 7. Kitchenwares to the list. Kitchenwares. That's good. I have draining rack that I use. I have probably other stuff in there. Oh, I've got an orange juicer that I use. I've got bowls that oh yeah, okay. Yeah, we can have a lot of fun. So Beth has it kindly extended to you guys that anybody can come on with her Saturday evenings to warm up. That's always a fun time. Always a fun time. All right, guys, I am going to put this in some sort of order. I will post it in Meet Your Creativity. I will post it on the community tab here as well. Things that we're going to be using. And the ideas. Well, maybe what I'll do first is I'll contact everybody on Messenger with the ideas, etc., etc., and you know, you guys can give me information and whatever. Origami, nice. Paper making, origami, paper bits art. What are you doing? What am I doing, Raoul? I don't know. I don't know. Ides of March. Yeah. Paper bits. I don't know. I could come up with something new. I was playing robots yesterday, actually. I made another batch of robots. I'm putting stuff on Instagram, not Instagram, Etsy now. So I did another batch of robots. So something like that, probably, Raoul. You know, I always come up with something for bits. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Raoul. I'll think of something. Actually, I want to think of something completely different. Something that people haven't seen before. Oh, thanks, Pam. Yeah, Jean and I played robots. One time she wanted to do robots. So these are the first ones. Did those a few months ago. And because, like I said, I'm putting stuff on Etsy now, I wanted to have, more than one sheet for digital download kind of thing. So, just play. Gotta play, guys. You know what, Rule? Maybe I'll just do one of those floral journal cards that I do because they take a fair bit of time. What kind of time limit are we looking at for these things, Raul? An hour? What? I need to know. Oh, that's the one when we're doing workshops and we're teaching the workshop and we have to give people a list of what to bring, right? Is that what we're doing? Is that the one you're talking about? Curious. Curious. Yeah, Pam, I love my little bits. That's why I can't really throw anything out because I use everything, including hole punch holes. Like I, you know, this is why my desk is always a mess because I saved the littlest darn bits. Okay, he's not answering me. All right. Well, oh, there we go. Yeah, it's up 6 days, 9 hours each day, 3 streamers a day, and every day other art form. 1 day's, yeah. Right. So 3 streamers a day. So does that mean like I would have a 3-hour block, Raul? Just asking. Just asking. Three-hour time slot? Okay. Okay. I could do that. You could put me down for a 3-hour slot. I just need to know when. Yeah. Okay. All right. So again, thank you guys very much for being here. I am looking forward to chatting more about this March Madness thing. I appreciate everybody who's here in the balcony. All you guys who threw some ideas in August. Okay. Everybody who was here chatting and visiting and hopefully learning something. I will let him know that his stamps are marvelous, blah, blah, blah. There goes the face again. See, I pulled this out. I was going to show you. Never did get around to it. Freaking rabbit holes that I go down. Thanks, guys. Hugs to you all. And I'm pretty sure Jean will be with me on Friday. And we've got some ideas. Take care, guys. See you all soon. Bye now. Find my mouse. There we go. Bye.